Now, the first batch of COVID-19 vaccine doses is due to arrive in the country on Monday, and the DA has filed an urgent court application seeking a declaratory order that the government's conduct in procuring the shots and the rollout plan are unconstitutional. The party's leader, John Steenhuisen, accuses government of a lack of transparency. Our reporter, Atim Tongana, caught up with Steenhuisen outside the Western Cape High Court.
It's literally a few days before the vaccine that has been procured by the South African government hits the shores of South Africa. Now, before that, the Democratic Alliance has decided to file urgent court application at the Western Cape High Court to try and compel government to give a comprehensive detail on the procurement process and just really to come up transparent in as far as its plans to procure that vaccine and many other vaccines that might perhaps, of course, be needed by the South African population to fight COVID-19. Joining me is the leader of the official opposition party, John Steenhuisen. Thank you so much for your time. Now, you have filed this urgent court application with 16 points that you have highlighted. Won't you just take us through some of those points?
Well, the points are that we believe it is absolutely essential that government levels with the South African people and tables a comprehensive rollout plan for which we can hold them accountable. At the moment, we get information in dribs and drabs. There's no clear picture. We have no idea where vaccines are coming from, how many, when they'll arrive, and how they'll be rolled out. So those.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but what about the one that's literally I spoke about, which is about to hit South African shores? We know that 100 million doses there have been secured. What about that element?
It's 1.5 million doses, which if you divide by 2, which is the required dosage level, would only be enough to cover 750,000 people. That's not even enough to cover the frontline healthcare workers. Outside of that, we've got no idea whatsoever when the greater number are required. We're going to have to vaccinate 40% of the South African public to make sure that the vaccine program works properly. We've got no idea when those vaccines are arriving, where they're coming from, which product is going to be used, and what the rollout is. So whilst these 1.5 million are welcome, it literally is a drop in the ocean in terms of what South Africa actually needs. And we don't know what's going to happen after the 1.5 million arrive, where the rest are coming from.
As the official opposition party in the country, what other steps did you take before getting to court, of course, to try and compel the state to come up with a comprehensive and transparent plan on the procurement and the rollout of the vaccines?
We used the parliamentary process in the committee, which was ably led by Saviwe Garube, who's been putting a lot of pressure on government to provide the plan. In addition to that, our attorneys wrote to President Ramaphosa and gave him 7 days to be able to come up with the answers to the questions that we had asked. His office has completely ignored that request from our attorneys and has not had the courtesy of responding, and therefore we are left with no option but to seek legal recourse to ensure that we are able to obtain this plan.
Fantastic. That is the leader of the official opposition party in South Africa, the Democratic Alliance, John Steenhuisen, highlighting the 16 points that they've put in papers at the Western Cape High Court, trying to compel the national government to be more transparent in as far as the procurement processes of the vaccine are concerned, and of course how the rollout will work out in detail. Well, that's where we leave it for now. For Newsroom Africa on Channel 405, I'm Atim Tongana at the Western Cape High Court.